Hey everybody, welcome back to the show, Going the Distance. This is episode 4. Can you believe it? We've already done 4 episodes. We're in it for a month. I'm really thankful that y'all came back, and I really appreciate y'all coming back and liking and subscribing and telling everybody about it because I appreciate it. Appreciate it all, man. Alright, so let's get into it. We got some stuff to talk about, like the championship games, which are a little iffy for me. So we're going to start with the Lions and the 49ers. So the 49ers beat the Lions 34-31 to advance to the Super Bowl. Now I think this is a great idea. I mean, I loved that the Lions made it this far, and I see a great future for them. I see Dan Campbell and Jared Goff actually making it to the Super Bowl here pretty soon with Amon-Ra St. Brown and Reynolds and Gibbs. I see it all. And had things gone different, we'd be talking about the Lions in the Super Bowl, but we're talking about the Niners going to the Super Bowl. And I think this is great because Christian McCaffrey's on there, and I believe that Christian McCaffrey deserves a Super Bowl ring, deserves a Super Bowl appearance, deserves a Super Bowl ring. So now that they represent the NFC. Now we're moving on to the AFC, where the Chiefs defeated the Ravens 17-10. How did that happen? You got Lamar Jackson. You got Odell. They're playing in Baltimore. How does this happen? I mean, is it the Taylor Swift thing? Do they want to see Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl? Is there something they're planning for? I don't know. Just something that right. I just don't see something right about that because Baltimore did great all season. They've got Lamar in the MVP race. And now the MVP's out of the, not even going to not even going to the Super Bowl. I mean, what's going on? So tell me what you guys think in the comments. Now, granted, I did say a few things earlier in the week that maybe I shouldn't have about the Chiefs, and how I hope that they really do lose and lose badly. I'm not going to go any further than that, but I do want to see the 49ers win this game, because this is a rematch of 2019 when they played the Super Bowl in Miami. It was Kansas City and the 49ers. And I really hope the 49ers can do it this time. I think the 49ers have a better team, and I think it's just better publicity. And I have heard that after this, now on the Chiefs, I have heard that Andy Reid might retire after this season and retire. Either go to ESPN, go to NBC, go somewhere, just not with the Chiefs. And I've heard rumors that Bill Belichick might take over for Andy Reid in Kansas City. What do y'all think about that? Is it a good move? Is it a bad move? Would Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes work well with Bill Belichick? I certainly don't think so. Something else I want to say about this Chiefs-Ravens game. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce did one of the most unclassiest things. And they want to pride themselves on being the classy ones, being the best. Well, you don't take Justin Tucker's kicking equipment and throw it across the field. You don't do that. And it wasn't really across it. It was just tossing it like 5-10 yards while he's practicing. Come to find out, Justin Tucker always practices in this same spot on the field. All the kickers do. So Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce are going out to practice, and they're like, oh, he's just in the way. So Travis Kelce tosses Justin Tucker's helmet, and Patrick Mahomes tosses Justin Tucker's kicking equipment. You want to be classy? Don't do something like that. You want to represent the NFL in a good way? Don't do that. It's unclassy. It's classless. And that's who the AFC has represented in the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. I don't see it. I see something fishy here. I think it ought to be Baltimore in the Super Bowl or the Bills. Baltimore or the Bills, not the Chiefs. I hope the Chiefs lose, and I hope they lose badly. Because all they want to do is put Patrick Mahomes up on this pedestal like they did Tom Brady. That is not going to happen. Because Patrick Mahomes is going to go 2 wins, 2 losses in the Super Bowl now. Let's hope and pray that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs lose and the 49ers win, because this whole thing with Brady has gotten old. Brady is retired. Today is his 1-year anniversary of retirement. He announced his retirement from the NFL a year ago today, which means in September he will be in the broadcast booth on Fox calling games. Yes, Brady is the greatest of all time, and nobody's going to touch him, so don't even try to make it look like somebody's going to go touch him, because that's not going to happen. Not Patrick Mahomes, not Peyton Manning, not Justin Herbert, as much as I like Herbert, not Mac Jones with the Patriots, not Justin Fields with the Bears, not even Jordan Love with the Green Bay Packers or Dak Prescott with the Dallas Cowboys. This whole being better than Brady thing is over. Brady is the best. That's it. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, just like Patrick Mahomes and all these other quarterbacks like Dak Prescott and Jordan Love. So let's just have a Super Bowl without any of the without any of the hype, without any of the Taylor Swift is going to be there, Travis Kelce's going to be there. This is Patrick Mahomes' 4th Super Bowl, and he's going to be up there with Brady. No. So let's squash that, and let's just have a Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers, where the 49ers win and Christian McCaffrey and Brock Purdy and George Kittle and Deebo Samuel get their rings. Let's do that. So who do y'all have in the Super Bowl? Let's put it in the comments down below who y'all have winning the Super Bowl. I've got the 49ers. I don't have a score yet. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, though. Maybe 34-31 49ers is what I say. 34-31 49ers is how I see it. So now we're going to move on into the coaching aspect. And we had some coaching hires today. One of them actually got hired today. But we're going to start with the Chargers hiring Jim Harbaugh. Now, this kind of surprised me in a way. I mean, Jim Harbaugh went in for 2 interviews, liked what he saw, and decided to sign. From what I've heard, it's a 5-year, $80 million deal. And I heard that the Michigan Wolverines tried their best to keep him and gave him a pretty lucrative deal. But in the end, he's going to be the head coach of the he was the old head coach of the 49ers. He's going to be the new head coach of the LA Chargers. And side note, I've heard that the Chargers and the Ravens play each other this year, which means another Harbaugh brother game, which is going to be great. That Super Bowl between San Francisco and Baltimore was an all-time classic. That's what they call the lights out game, because the lights went out in the stadium during that game because it was so awesome. So, Jim Harbaugh, I wish you the best of luck. I think you can do good things with Justin Herbert, and I hope y'all have a good season next season. I know it's going to be a rebuilding season, and you're going to have to learn some stuff, and now you've got until September to learn it. So good luck, Jim. The Falcons have hired their new head coach in Raheem Morris. Now, Raheem Morris is the old head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And after he was relieved of his duties with the Buccaneers, he went to the LA Rams. and he was their offensive or defensive coordinator. He was a coordinator. I can't remember offense, defense. Who, if y'all remember, put it in the comments and jog my memory a little bit. But he did all right as a head coach, and I was really surprised when he got fired as the Tampa Bay head coach. I really thought he could have done some really good things, and he did do some good things with them. So let's hope he can work with Desmond Ridder and bring the Falcons back to where they were under Dan Quinn. And speaking of Dan Quinn, former defensive coordinator for the Cowboys, I say former because today he got his head coaching job with the Washington Redskins, or Commanders. I'm going to keep calling them Redskins, y'all. He coached Atlanta for years. He was with, he had Matt Ryan as his quarterback, and they made it to the Super Bowl. And as most of y'all remember, that was the Super Bowl that the Patriots came back to win. That was the 28-3 game that the Patriots came back to win. The Patriots played against the Atlanta Falcons. So now Dan Quinn gets to go to the Redskins, Commanders, and let's see how he does. Who does Dallas get for their defensive coordinator now? Who does Dan Quinn put on his staff with the Redskins, Commanders? Dan Snyder's not there, so how do we, who does he get? Does the new management just give him free range? Let's hope so. Because, Dan, I think you're a good coordinator, and I think you're a good coach, and I truly believe that you can do good things as a head coach, just like you did as a coordinator. I'll be watching to see how you do. So, I don't normally do this, and I've said in the past that I don't talk about offensive coaching, defensive coaching hires, and all that. There's a few that I want to talk about. Vic Fangio just got a new coordinator job. I can't remember Vic Fangio, former head coach of the Denver Broncos, got a coordinator job, and I believe he'll do good things. I am doing some research now to see which team he went to. I want to say I believe he became the defensive coordinator for the Eagles, but we're getting ready to find out. This happened earlier in the week, and late last week, and a lot's happened, and I can't remember where he went, but I do wish him the best of luck at the team he went to. When this research comes in, I'll let you guys know where Vic Fangio went. But the one that I am most surprised about is Kellen Moore is now okay. So before I start talking about Kellen Moore, Vic Fangio is the defensive coordinator for the Eagles under Nick Sirianni. I just saw it. So he's the new defensive coordinator for the Eagles, and the Eagles have a new offensive coordinator in Kellen Moore. Now, Kellen Moore was an offensive coordinator in Dallas for years. Played for Dallas. He coached in Dallas. Was in Dallas. And then last season, he moved from Dallas to the Chargers, and he was the offensive coordinator for the Chargers. Now, he was only there for a year. I guess he didn't like it or didn't want to work for Jim Harbaugh now. And now Kellen Moore is the offensive coordinator for the Eagles. Like the Eagles, need anything to be any better. But Kellen Moore, Vic Fangio, I wish y'all the best of luck with the Eagles. I hope y'all can try to have the Eagles not have a meltdown like they did last year. because everybody had the Eagles winning, winning the NFC Championship, and the Dallas comes out of nowhere. I mean, back and forth, back and forth. And then Dallas wins the division and knocks Philadelphia into the wild card spot where Philadelphia gets knocked out by Tampa Bay. So let's see how this is with the new offensive defensive coordinators. Let's see how it works. I'm a fan of Kellen Moore. I'm a fan of what he did in Dallas because I'm a Dallas fan. So let's see how it works. So now let's move into some NBA news. And I'm still learning some stuff about the NBA. So they do their coaching switch. They switch their coaches around, this, that, and everything else. Well, Milwaukee fired their head coach after one season. His name was Adrian Griffin. Milwaukee fires Adrian Griffin after one season. This seemed, I didn't know Milwaukee is part owned by Aaron Rodgers, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Aaron Rodgers is pulling a play from Patrick Mahomes' book and putting stake in another sport, like Patrick Mahomes sunk his half $500 million, most of his $500 million with Kansas City Chiefs into the Kansas City Royals. Well, Aaron Rodgers sunk some of his money into the Milwaukee Bucks. And now Milwaukee was looking for a head coach. And I say they were because they've found their head coach now. And this is why I think it's, I don't know what Milwaukee's record was or is. I don't know what it has to do, why they fired him, if the team was just doing so bad that they fired him. But I think it was later that day, maybe it was the next day. Milwaukee had already found their head coach, and that's like the New England Patriots letting Bill Belichick go and hiring Gerard Mayo. They already had it in the works. So Milwaukee goes off and they fire Adrian Griffin after one season, and they hire Doc Rivers a day later. Now, I like Doc Rivers. I'm a Boston sports fan. I'm a Patriots fan. I'm a Celtics fan. I'm a Bruins fan. I'm a Red Sox fan. I do like my Cardinals, though. My favorite baseball team is the St. Louis Cardinals. My second team are the Boston Red Sox. So, Doc Rivers, former head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers and the Boston Celtics, is on his way to Milwaukee to coach the Milwaukee Bruins or Milwaukee Bucks. I've been calling them the Bruins. They're the Milwaukee Bucks. I believe the Bruins are the baseball team. That was my fault. I just picked up on that. But baseball season's coming up, so we're gonna cover some baseball too, because we're gonna see who's the surprise team in baseball. Who's I would love to see the Cardinals, the Red Sox, and the Braves in the playoffs, in the World Series. I would love that. I'd love for any three of them. I'd love for the Cardinals to go back to the World Series as my team. But if Atlanta goes, if the Red Sox go, that'd be great. But Doc, I'm sorry I got off topic, but Doc Rivers, I wish you the best success in Milwaukee, because I know you're a winning coach and you're successful. Now the Wizards fired their head coach Wes Unseld. I can't pronounce his last name, but they fired him. Don't know how many years he was with them, but they fired him. So the Washington Wizards are looking for a new coach. So who do they get? For you fans out there that are fans of the NBA, put down in the comments who you'd like to see take over that Wizards job. Could it be a new coach? Could it be a coach that is? Could they trade for a coach? Could they pick somebody from an already existing coordinator on a team like the Hornets, the Mavericks, or the Lakers? I mean, who is it, y'all? Let me know. Let me know in the comments who y'all got. So, the NBA commissioner. Don't know much about him. Like I said, I'm still learning stuff about basketball. I'm still learning the ins and outs of basketball like I'm learning the ins and outs of soccer. But Adam Silver has finalized a contract extension until the end of the decade to be the commissioner of the NBA for the next decade. Lord help us if Roger Goodell does that. I think Roger, in my opinion, the commissioner of the NFL needs to be somebody other than Roger Goodell. But congratulations to Adam Silver, and make some good decisions, buddy. Make some good decisions. Let's win some. Let's put some good teams in the playoffs, and let's just go from there. So, what do y'all think of everything so far? I'd love to hear y'all's comments. I'd love to read y'all's comments about what we've talked about so far. Is there anything maybe I've missed? If I've missed anything, write in the comments and let me know some more news. There is something I want to cover more sports-wise. It's not football, it's not baseball, it's not basketball, it's about the WWE. And today, or not today, but late last week, early this week, it came to light that Vince McMahon is no longer the chairman and CEO of WWE because of allegations that were brought up with him. Now, I've read some of the stuff. I'm not going to go into it because they're graphic, and if kids are watching, I don't want them to hear this. So, adults, if you've got kids watching this, send them out of the room before you read what the allegations were, because they were something. And it wasn't just Vince McMahon. It was Vince McMahon and a wrestler named Brock Lesnar. And Brock was named in this suit. And a lot of the things that were said about Brock Lesnar were unbelievable. I saw it and I'm like, really? But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Now, on the WWE front, we had the Royal Rumble this past Saturday, where Roman Reigns kept his title, where Logan Paul cheated to keep his title, where Bayley became the Women's Royal Rumble winner, outlasting 29 other women to be the Royal Rumble winner for the women. And the men's Royal Rumble was Cody Rhodes. Winner Cody Rhodes. Is Cody going to finish his story? Is Cody going to... Because now Bayley and Cody both go to WrestleMania to compete for championships. Does Cody go after Roman Reigns? Does he go after Seth Rollins? I seem to think he's going to go after Roman and finish the story. But on Monday night, I saw Seth Rollins made a very good point about Cody has outgrown the title that Roman has and should go after the World Heavyweight title. What do y'all think? Should he go after the World title and the World Heavyweight title with Seth Rollins? Or should he go after Roman Reigns and the WWE Undisputed title? Let me know in the comments what y'all think. I don't quite know. I seem to think another Roman Cody matchup would be good. But here's the thing. Plans had changed because CM Punk got injured. Now, for those of you that don't know, CM Punk came back at Survivor Series War Games, the same night that Randy Orton returned from injury. After 10 years, CM Punk comes back, and he wants to headline WrestleMania. So, does Punk come back? And does Punk come back and go win a Royal Rumble and go to WrestleMania? You wrestling fans, let me know what you think in the comments. And I just want to do a little disclaimer here and say, if you guys like what you've seen, if this is your first time, welcome. I'm sorry I didn't say this at the beginning, but welcome. If it's your first time, this is episode 4. We love having you on the show. And if it's your first time and you like what you see, like the video, subscribe to the video. It really helps my channel if you like it and subscribe. And if you like it and you know other people that like it, send it to other people so other people can see it, where other people can like and subscribe, where then they can tell other people that like it and can subscribe. I appreciate you guys, your support, and I'm sorry I'm kind of stumbling a little bit, but think kind of on the fly. All right, so we're gonna go into what we're listening to. We're gonna move into some music news. And what I've been listening to? I've been listening to a lot of things this week. I couldn't pick just one. I mean, Justin Timberlake released his new single. And granted, you want to talk about guilty pleasures, his solo stuff is kind of a guilty pleasure for me. I happen to like some of his stuff from the 2020 experience to now. I like it. It's happy. It's not bubblegum. It's not, not just, it's not poppy. It's more of an R&B kind of dance type, happy stuff. But he released his new single called Selfish. So y'all go out and look at that. But the one group that I have been listening to the past couple days that, I had have been one of my favorite bands for a good little while have been Breaking Benjamin. So I would love for y'all to go check out some Breaking Benjamin and let me know what you guys think in the comments. Now, over on my Facebook page, I made a list of my top 20 bands of all time, the ones that I think are the best ones ever. So if you guys don't mind, I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to run through that list with you guys. I have to sign in to my Facebook page, so let me do that real fast and I will run through the list. Now, there are groups that I have put on here that there's groups that I should have put on here that I didn't, but I'm going to do a list of, I've done a list of my groups, and then I'm going to do a list of my solo artists that I think are fantastic. So when I get this up, I'm getting there. So here we go. So to start out the list, here's my top 20 favorite music groups. We're going to start out with Matchbox 20. No big surprise. I'm a Rob Thomas fan. I'm a Matchbox 20 fan. I've been a Matchbox 20 fan since the 90s. They've gotten me through a lot of hard times, a lot of great times. They've put me in a good mood. So Matchbox starts the list. Second is Linkin Park. And I've been a Linkin Park fan since middle school and have loved their music ever since. I think Hybrid Theory and Medora are two of the greatest albums of all time. Number 3 is Nickelback. Now, I know people are laughing. That I put Nickelback at number 3, and they're like, why do you like Nickelback? Why not like Nickelback? As far as I see, there's nothing wrong with Nickelback. The Nickelback hate, I don't see. I don't see the Nickelback hate. Nickelback has great music, and they always have. Yeah, they can get stuck in a rut sometimes, but they have great music. So Nickelback is at number 3. I've got One Republic at number 4. Now, One Republic is a group that has came on the scene strong. Ryan Tedder, producer, songwriter, singer. Love him. I went and saw him live in 2022, and it was one of the greatest concerts I had ever been to. It's the second best concert I've ever been to. The first one is Matchbox 20's concert in 2023. So One Republic is at number 4. At number 5, I have Need to Breathe. Now, I have known about Need to Breathe for a few years. I've known about them for years, but never really listened to their music until 2022 when they opened for One Republic here in Charlotte. And it was fantastic, y'all. They came out and just blew the doors off of everything. They don't have a bad song. I've got all their CDs. They don't have a bad song on any CD. Just, they're great. So number 6 is Daughtry. Now, Daughtry's a hometown boy. He's from North Carolina. And he was on American Idol. He didn't win, but he has great music. He speaks to the soul. He has had his moments. He's had his ups. He's had his downs. We all know what happened with his daughter. And if y'all don't know, you can comment, or just ask me, and I will let y'all know what happened with his daughter. But he's another great artist, so I put him at number 6. Number 7, I have Staind. And Staind has been somebody I have followed since the 90s, early 2000s. It's been a while as one of the all-time greats. Breaking the Cycle is one of my all-time favorite albums. 14 Shades of Grey, all of them. In fact, a couple weeks ago, I put Staind as what I'm listening to with their Here and Now, which I hope that y'all went and checked out. The Confessions of the Fallen. Let me know in the comments what y'all think of that album, and what you think of my list. Who are y'all's favorite artists? Let me know. So I put Staind at number 7, and number 8 I put Slipknot. Now, Slipknot is heavy metal, and they wear masks, and sometimes they scare people. I'm sorry. Sometimes their music scares people. I happen to like their music. I have to read the lyrics. This is another reason I like CDs, because with somebody like Slipknot, you can't always understand what they're saying, so you have to read the lyrics. So, but their lyrics are something to be, when you're having a bad time. If you're angry, when I'm really pissed off, when I'm really angry, which is who I should have listened to on Sunday when the Chiefs won. Sorry for all you Chiefs fans out there. I don't mean to, offend any of y'all by my negative comments about the Chiefs, but I should have put Slipknot. I should have put Slipknot on and listened to them just to get rid of all that anger and everything going on in my head at the time. So Slipknot is at number 8. Now, number 9 kind of surprised me. I kind of didn't know where to put these guys because they're in my top 10, and I kind of know my top 7. So 8, 9, and 10 were 3 that I really had to think about. But at number 9 is Breaking Benjamin. And with The Diary of Jane, with Firefly, with one of my favorite songs, Give Me a Sign, with Dear Agony, I mean, the list goes on. They're a great rock band, great music. Just go check them out. Breaking Benjamin at 9. At number 10 is Shinedown. Now, a few weeks ago, I believe what I'm listening to was Shinedown's Get Up. If it's not, be prepared, because Shinedown's song Get Up is coming up as of what I'm listening to, because that is a motivational song, that is an uplifting song, and it is a song that everybody should listen to in times of despair, because it's very uplifting. So we're going to put Shinedown at number 10. At number 11 is kind of a newer band that I'm starting to like, and that's Judah and the Lion. Now, they're opening for Need to Breathe on the Caves World Tour this year, which I'm planning on going to see in April here in Charlotte. It's going to be Need to Breathe and Judah and the Lion in Charlotte. I believe it's April 25th, and I'll be there. So Judah and the Lion's opening for them. They've got kind of a folky indie sound to them, and I happen to like them. I kind of laughed at them before, but now that I've listened to their music, they talk about when you're happy, you listen to the music. When you're sad, you listen to the words. They've got great music, and they're like Need to Breathe and One Republic and Matchbox. They just put you in a good mood. So, Judah and the Lion at number 11. At number 12, I have Disturbed. And I've been following Disturbed since the 2000s. Down with the Sickness, Stricken, Land of Confusion, The Fire. Their Sound of Silence cover is great. One of the greatest covers of all time, in my opinion. So, Disturbed at number 12. At number 13, I have Creed. Now, Creed is a group who've come in the 90s, had their ups, had their downs, broken up, gotten back together. They're going on a reunion tour this year, and they're touring with Finger 11 and Three Doors Down, which are two more groups that I like, but neither one of those groups made it into my top 20, unfortunately, even though they're two great groups. Three Doors Down and Finger 11 are touring with Creed this year on the Summer of 99 tour. So I put Creed at number 13. At number 14, I'm going, 14, 15, 16, and 17. The next four are 90s grunge. Now, if y'all know anything about me, you know my all-time favorite band is Matchbox 20, but I've always said the last great decade for music was the 90s. And so at number 14, we're going to start this out with Alice in Chains. They've got great, the great songs like Man in a Box, Wood, Dirt, Wood, Would, and Dirt. And, the list goes on. Lane Stanley's one of the greatest guitarists of all time. One of the greatest singers goes down. And I say was because he passed away too young. So Alice in Chains at number 14. At number 15, we have Soundgarden. Now, there's a lot about Soundgarden. It was Chris Cornell who passed away back in 2017, way too young, back when Chester passed away. It was Chris Cornell and then Chester Bennington. Chris Cornell went on to have a great solo career. He went on to form Audioslave, and he was the lead singer of Soundgarden. Now, Soundgarden has had some great music. Probably not something you need to listen to if you're, down and depressed and looking for something to lift you up. But they've got a great sound to them. So Soundgarden at number 15. At number 16, we have Pearl Jam. Now, Pearl Jam is somebody who have been around since the early 90s, still making music to this day. But I have grown to know him since I lived in Missouri. And I thank a friend of mine for telling me about Eddie Vedder and me learning about his music. So go check out Pearl Jam. Go check out all these artists. Let me know what you think about all the artists I'm put on my list. So I've got Pearl Jam at number 16. At number 17, I've got Nirvana. Now, Nirvana is a good one because Kurt Cobain, even though they only had a 3-year run as a big band, they came out with some great music. Smells Like Teen Spirit. Nevermind. Nevermind is one of the greatest albums of all time. In Euro goes down as a great album. So go check out Nirvana. Now, number 18 is Seven Dust. Now, Seven Dust just released. I've kind of known them off and on, for a good little while. They were good in the 90s, early 2000s, and then kind of fell off. And then they just released a new album last year, which is really good. It's called, and go just type it in, go check it out. The new album from Seven Dust, go check it out. They're hard rock, kind of in the heavy metal type group, but they're really good. So Seven Dust at 18. Decipher Down, I have at 19. And Decipher Down is a Christian rock band who rocks. They're the type like Nickelback and Linkin Park, where you put them on, you just want to crank up the stereo. And they're great. Go check them out. I put them at 19. I can't think of a lot of their songs off the top of my head because it's been a minute since I listened to them. Now I'm probably going to go listen to them now to refamiliarize myself with them. But then there's Decipher Down at 19. And to round out the top 20, we have POD. Now, POD is a great band. Christian rock band. They've had songs like Youth of a Nation, Alive, Goodbye for Now. They just released a song with Lamb of God. They're getting ready to release a new single or a new album later this year. So go check them out. They're a great band. So to round out the music news, we have a tour alert coming up. A couple tour alerts, actually. So one of them that I heard about was Brooks and Dunn are going to continue their reboot tour. I had no idea they were on tour, y'all. I'm sorry. Brooks and Dunn is a great country band, or great in the 90s. But they're going on a reboot tour. So go check them out. Look at tour dates. Go check them out in a city near you. Another one I want to talk about is Train. Now, I've been a fan of Train since the 2000s. And they're going on tour with REO Speedwagon. They're coming to Charlotte. They're doing a countrywide tour. So go check them out. Train's a great band. REO Speedwagon's a good classic rock band. Brooks and Dunn are a great country band, and I just gave y'all my top 20. So if you like what you've heard today, like this video, comment, your thoughts on it. Comment, what you think about it, about my top 20 list, about who are y'all's favorite bands. But I want to end this by saying one thing, and this is something that really hit home for me this week. And I'm going to repeat this several times. Do you hear me? Do not let your opinion shape what somebody thinks about you. I'll say it again. Do not let your opinion and what you think shape what somebody thinks about you. I say that because I had a hard time with the Chiefs winning on Sunday. I did. Not going to lie. But I heard some things. I got a voicemail that just lambasted me about some of the comments that I said about the Chiefs on my Facebook page. And this person took it way too seriously, to say the least. Took it way too seriously. This is just a game. It's just, it's my opinion. I made an opinion that I said the Chiefs ought to lose, but I didn't word it like that. I worded it in a completely different way. And this person saw that and saw a few of the other things that I said. Now, some people liked what I said. This person didn't. But as I got to thinking about it, I thought, now the shoe's on the other foot, and people are hating Mahomes the way people hated Brady. So I'm going to say, let your opinions be known. Do not be scared to say your opinion. Don't apologize for your opinion. And if you lose people in the process because of the opinion you have, they weren't right for you and they didn't fit your positivity. Because as of this year, I only want people in my life that are positive, that bring me up, that don't get angry over little things, that don't, fly off the handle about, a football game, about something that doesn't even matter, about something that was said, about a comment that was written, just whatever, you know? So let your opinions be known and let the good ones, let the good people prevail in the end. Because we've all got good in us. We all do. And they say that good people finish last. Well, I've seen that to be true. But it's time for the good ones to stand up. So don't let your opinion shape your relationship and friendships with other people. Because if they can't respect your opinion, they weren't your friend to begin with. And if they can't accept your choices in life, that's on them, not on you. Now, we can stand here all day and give advice about, oh, you should do this, you should do that. And I understand me doing this show, this is an opinion show. And, these are just my opinions. And I appreciate everybody who likes and comments and listens every week, and I love you all for that. But then there's people that don't like the opinions and want to tear it down and make me and you and everybody else feel like your opinions don't matter. Well, I'm here to tell you that your opinion does matter and that you do need to let your opinions be known. Because there's only one judge. Don't let anybody judge you, because in the end there's one judge, and I know who I'm going to be judged by in the end, and that's the man upstairs. So in the end, don't let anybody judge you. Don't let anybody make you feel like you're not enough. Don't let anybody make you feel like you're unloved, because you are loved, you are cared about, and you are enough. So if you like what you've heard today, like this video, comment on this video, and hit the subscribe button, because that really helps my channel if you like and subscribe. So I'd really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed to this channel. And now next week we're gonna talk more about the Super Bowl. We're gonna talk about if there's any other coaches around the sports league. We're gonna go back into some music. I might go through my top 20 solo artists and go from there. And like I said, this is strictly opinion, and my lists go from rock, pop, country, contemporary Christian, all that, rap, hip hop, R&B. They're my opinion. I'd love to know y'all's opinion. So put y'all's opinion in the comments and I'll read them. And like I said, if y'all have any questions, put them in the comments and I'll answer y'all's questions. I'll do a video. If I get enough questions, I'll get enough I'll do a video just answering questions. I do have one question for y'all that I would like for you guys to put in the comments, because I am curious. What's y'all's guilty pleasure songs? What's y'all's guilty pleasure music? What's your guilty pleasure TV show? What's the guilty pleasure of y'all's? I said Justin Timberlake was a guilty pleasure music artist of mine, and yes, he will make my solo artist list. You know, everybody who knows me knows I love crime dramas and ID Channel, so that's a guilty pleasure. I like certain movies, like Hallmark movies that people laugh at. That's a guilty pleasure of mine. What are y'all's guilty pleasures? Put it in the comments, y'all. So, I appreciate y'all, and I love y'all for watching this week. I can't wait to talk to y'all next week. Can't wait to see y'all's comments, see the likes on here, see the views. And I will see you. Y'all have a safe week. Be good to each other. I love y'all. Remember, you're enough and you matter. I'll see you guys next week.